All right, so welcome back. As we promised, we have with us the CEO for the Ministry of Youth, Sports, and E-Governance, and we have also with us the Executive Director for Harvest Trading Cap Academy, Mr. Polanco. Mr. Polanco, let's begin with you. Good morning and welcome to the show. Tell us, what is Harvest Trading Cap Academy?
Thank you. Thank you for inviting us. Good morning to everybody. Harvest Trading Cap Academy is an academy that is growing up pretty fast in Latin American countries. We try to empower and teach about the new finances, digital trading. We operate in the stock market. We have more than 5 years working and teaching in our local country, Dominican Republic. So the vision of us is trying to open the eyes to this new world of technologies that we have been doing since 5 years ago.
Yeah.
We have been impacting different countries. We are trying to grow in Latin America. We have been doing masterclass, and we have more than 6,000 students through all Latin America. And we have been training and teaching more than 2,000 just in the Dominican Republic that are already finding ways to make money investing in the stock market around the world.
Now, the stock market conversation is not one we have in
Yeah.
Belize very often. And I want to ask about the realities in Dominican Republic before you got this program started. Was it the same?
I don't think so, because most of the people take the trading war and the stock market as a hook to get people interested in buying courses. That's why we came with a different mindset. Our goal is to give, our goal is to train, because if more people are allowed to make money out of internet and having the knowledge to invest, instead of thinking, oh, I have to buy an iPhone, I have to buy an Apple stock. We are trying to switch that, and it has not been the same, because we try to reveal the reality of how the market works, not just tell you that you need to learn. So we try to train more than sell.
So Harvest Cap Academy, it's an academy that trains, and as I understand it, you guys also have your own currency?
Yes, we are working in launching it. So it's in the process of launching. It's ready, but we actually are trying to first train, then we will launch. Because first of all, people need to have knowledge in what is cryptocurrency, how they work.
Yeah.
Why they are meant for, and so all these questions need to be filled before we even launch a program. That's why we start first with education, then we start showing the products that we have.
All right. So CEO Urbina, tell us a bit more about how this partnership came about with the Ministry of Youth.
Right. So as explained, we got very interested in the concept.
Yes.
We know that in Belize there are buzzwords in terms of the Bitcoin and the electronic currency, as is being recently launched by our local banks. Also, it's a form of electronic currency that is being used, and it aligns properly with what our strategic objective is as it pertains to youth. And how do we promote innovation? How do we provide tools as it relates to technology or the electronic environment to our young people, for us to empower them, for them to have a greater opportunity. One of the projects that we're currently doing is the youth needs assessment, and the youth needs assessment has highlighted also that our young people want to have opportunities. So they see a lack of opportunity within our country, and for us to be able to break that mentality, we say, okay, now let's introduce them into new technologies, new financial platforms that exist. And mind you, our young people are already in front of their screens for an entire 9 hours a day. So they're looking at games, they're looking at how to code. They're looking at patterns within their own environment that can allow them to start analyzing the financial systems that exist.
Yeah.
So this also allows us to promote that you don't need to have a job within Belize to be employed. Let's push entrepreneurship. The internet, as has been mentioned, has created a borderless world. We can work for any company around the world once we have what they require. And us providing the tools, the capacity building for them to understand financial markets allows our young people to have greater opportunity, greater access. If we look at the connectivity rate right now in our country is over, I would say 80% of our population is connected or has the potential to be connected with all the expansions that our telecom providers have made. So this allows us to promote even more, use the internet, monetize the internet, and change the mindset, as was mentioned. Instead of buying an Apple phone, then change that mindset to buy a stock of some other great company. We have Google, we have iPhone, we have other very powerful companies in the stock market that we can maximize and use as an opportunity to grow financially.
And definitely, I think, and that's part of why learning about it is so important, because knowing where you want to invest, what purposes you're investing for. Is it long term? Is it so talk to me about how what level of information does a person need to know to enter into the academy?
I think that the people that are interested to learn how to trade, they just need to know how to read, have access to internet, and invest the time to learn. Because we have created a program which is online, and is to train. It takes you from 0 to advanced.
Nice.
In 3 months, you are going to learn. I won't say 100% because the stock market work is huge, and now imagine with the cryptocurrency world is another different word. But at least you're gonna know what type of bait you're gonna seek for to make profit out of the market. Either it's crypto, or if you're investing in forex, or if you're investing in stocks or futures, in all of that. We try to train them how the market work and teach them how they can swim in that water.
Yeah.
I think one of the concepts or one of the ideas that people have about trading is that it's sort of like gambling, and it's sort of like a risk taking. And while I may want to learn, I don't know if I want to put my hard-earned money behind these things, because I could potentially lose it all. And I don't know buy Bolido, so why go in? I don't buy lottery, so why go in and participate in this high risk?
Well, I have an answer for that. Let's put an example. This is how the market works. Imagine, you see a news say Apple company, like the iPhone 13 is gonna be launched. Imagine that the iPhone is launched, and all the cell phones start exploding. For God's sakes, But let's say people are complaining because the cell phone are exploding, the battery is bad, it's running low, it's getting slow. You see that news because we have sources that you need to read news. You need to know how that company move. If you're investing in Apple, you need to do research. So what you gonna do with Apple stocks? We take the opportunity, and we know that stock is gonna drop down. We sell. So it's not gambling. It's information that give me the opportunity to be in the exact moment, in the exact time to do the right transaction.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, I like Apple, let me buy it. No. I have to research it. I need to know how much sales they have.
What's their
I need to know
forecast?
how good their products they are launching are. It's the same with cryptocurrency. I have to read the white paper of that cryptocurrency to know what benefit is gonna that coin do when it's launched. That's how you identify that it's a good project or it's a bad project. Because we are talking about technology. So that coin, that cryptocurrency need to improve the technology and help me to understand that it's a long-term project, not a project that is going to be pump and dump. Because you see that a lot. People create projects that, so that's why we train. That's why we came to Belize, because it's a beautiful island, has a lot of young people, has a lot of people in it interesting. He said, so we are trying to take advantage and train, and we are trying to train that the economy growth here, so that's why we are equipping the Belizean people.
Yeah. I was,
And just to add a little bit, it's about managing your risk.
Yes.
On a daily basis, we manage risk. Even driving from Orange Walk to Belize City has a risk attached to it. And you mentioned quite right. A lot of people don't really buy a lottery because they really don't know or don't want to
Well, the
take that.
percentage of winning is
It's a game of a
minuscule.
possibility.
Yeah.
So just as you are able to lose, you are also able to win based on the activities that are happening around the world. So it's a give and take also.
Yeah. Like last year, and sorry for,
Sure.
for last year, the petroleum, the Brent, it went down minus 41 cent. Minus 41 cent. Why? If the Belizean people would be trained, they would buy the stock of the Brent. It was minus 41 cent. We bought it. 5 hours later, the next thing we know was in $12.
wow.
So imagine if you, with $100, one of our students make $3,000 with 100 because the opportunity was there.
I'm so glad you used that specific example, because I think whilst part of the concern or lack of information about trading is that people may think it's too risky, that's one thing. The other thing is that people feel they don't have enough capital to get started. So when you use an example of someone putting in $100,
$100.
At the right time, means that they can be able to get more value for their money. I'll say this much. I think in speaking with teenagers, I do realize, and young adults, that there is far more interest in digital currency and in the stock markets than it was when I was their age.
Oh, yeah.
And I think
sure.
that means that what you're doing is definitely timely. And I want to get from you, CEO, just who you plan to involve in this training. What's the collaboration that you ensure that you'll maximize the learning opportunity here for our young people in the country?
Right, and to mention, the collaboration comes at the highest level.
Yes.
It is an information paper that was presented in cabinet.
Yes.
It was endorsed, and we got the approval to proceed. We engage also the Ministry of Education, and we inform them about what's the purpose. And of course, within our ministry, across our departments, it is of high interest that we proceed with it. In the near future, we're also seeking the collaboration with the high schools and the universities of Belize, because we also believe that it is important to begin and to introduce this subject within our schools. The first time I heard about the financial markets was really at university level when I was doing my master's degree. So it's very high, and nowadays we live in an information era, so data era. So there's a lot of data. We can make educated decisions and minimize our risk for the benefit of ourselves, to better ourselves financially. I would also like to mention, guys, that because we see the potential impact in our youth, we are proceeding with the signing of a memorandum of understanding that agrees for Harvest Trading Corp Academy to provide training and the 5,000 scholarships to our young people. Now, as we move on, we will be launching the digital form where it's going to be open for individuals to be able to sign in. Now, as was rightfully mentioned, our population is almost 70% of young. It's considered a young population, really. And we are estimating that about 28% of that young population will take the scholarship to be able to better themselves within our country.
What age group are you hoping to work with?
We don't really have a limit. We're looking at the young population, which is from 14 to 29. So that is what we have open. We are still to confirm if underage kids would be able to participate. Nonetheless, the master class would be on YouTube, so you are also able to access via live stream. And so it's going to be from 14 to 29 or 18 to 29. We're still pending confirmation on that.
Nice. Why Belize as the right partner?
One of the things that calls our attention is when we were in Guatemala, we realized that Belize was an island right next to it. So the CEO of Harvest, he was really interested in knowing. And when he came and we heard about it, it's exactly the same thing. The population is 80% youth. And it's like you said, most of them are swimming in the internet, just playing games. Why we don't train them and they can start making money out of home? They take advantage of that internet. Belize is a place that is like we call it like brand new to invest. So we like to invest in these new areas. It's different when you go to other countries that are more developed than Belize. They already had some things. Why you go to some countries that already have what you have? Give it to the need. So we identify those type of countries to invest in them, and cause a growth economically and financially in the population. So that's why we choose it, because the people here like to work. We saw that when we came the first time. They have such a great heart. They are polite and they serve. So why you won't empower people like that, with such a great heart?
Allow me to ask, what's in it for Harvest Trading Academy? Because I understand that these courses, while you're giving them as scholarships, that they're not free, that there's an attached cost, and that if you calculate the price of 5,000 courses together, it's an investment maybe in the millions of dollars. Can you speak to what's in it for you guys and maybe the cost?
Well, each course is sell in other countries for $500. So that's about $2.5 billion. So, but in this case, we are giving it away here, and we have created a special program. I mean, we have take what we have and we have put it together for the Belizean people. So it's not the same thing that they will find in the website. It's something special, one, because it has to be bilingual. So we have created, with the agreement that we are signing, we have created a course especially for Belize. So this is gonna adapt to the culture. We are doing research. We are understanding your culture. That way we can implement, because it's better to learn with the things that are around you, not talking about things that are outside, things that you see every day. So that's what we are doing with these 5,000 scholarships, so that they can implement it in the schools, they can implement it in universities, and maybe become a class or even a career in the future.
And what do you gain from that? What does Harvest Trading Academy gain from that?
The satisfaction is help. The satisfaction is that empower. The satisfaction of the academy. The name said it all. It's harvest. So we plant for the future. So we are planting in Belize to see a better future, to see the economy grow, to see this country develop in all the potential that it has. When you fly Belize, you see a lot of green. Maybe in the future we will fly to Belize, we will see buildings, we will see malls, we will see, we are trying to impact the future, the generation. And that's the satisfaction that we gain from it. Finding people that are willing to work and push for the future of their country, that was great. I mean, the desire of all the CEOs, all the ministers to see the people of Belizean in power was cost us that fire. You come with the charcoal, but they have the fire. Let me tell you, they have the fire. So that was cost us to choose Belize.
And the MOU signing takes place today?
No,
tomorrow,
it
the
takes place
17th.
tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. the MOU signing will be done. And from the ministry standpoint and from the minister, of course, Minister Bernard, he is quite excited. And we strongly believe that it's something big for our country. It gives us more potential to grow as individuals. But just to add to the question you asked, while there's a cost or an eventual cost, the important thing is for our young people to be introduced to what trading is all about. And of course, if they want to grow and gain more experience in terms of what trading is, then yes, that is where the cost would come. The initial scholarship is a free course for them to be able to learn from scratch to an intermediate or advanced level as they wish. But also, there's Google. There's a lot of research that can be done. So it gives them the tool to begin. It's always said that at school you're not really taught what your function will be what your function will be at work, but it empowers you to be able to do the research and adjust and adapt to what you need to do in the work.
After the signing, there's a master class, correct?
It's correct.
Who can access that, and how can they access that? At what time will that be?
And tomorrow at 6 p.m. start the master class, and everybody can access through www.harvesttradingacademy.com. It will be live there. It will be streamed, so people can access to that and see it from home. If you're on internet, if you have a TV, it will be live, and it will be also projected in other channels here, so the people can access there and see it in YouTube after it's done. If they don't have time, they were working, so they can watch it, and it will be in English, so it's prepared for all the Belizean people.
So the press office is going to be there also, so they're going to be broadcasting it live also.
Awesome.
Great. Well, thank you so much for coming in and telling us all about it. I'm sure there are a lot of young people who want to take advantage of this opportunity, so we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for inviting us.
We're going to go ahead and take that final break, and when we come back, we'll have our wrap-up. So stay tuned.